Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Raluca. I literally do not know what this is. I didn't have it half an hour ago, which is very strange. Today I want to film my flawless base makeup routine, so let's get started. By the way, this video is inspired by Alexandra Anele, which I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I've been binge watching her videos. She's my favorite YouTuber at the moment. Make sure to check her out if you don't know her. I have been priming my face by moisturizing, and I applied my Altruist SPF 30 sunscreen as usual. Now I can go straight into foundation, and today I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. One of my favorite foundations at the moment. Very natural, skin-like. The coverage is medium, I'd say. It does even out the skin tone beautifully, but it doesn't have that really covering effect. But I really love that it looks so natural on the skin. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this all over my face. First I'm going to distribute the product evenly. I also like that this is very drippy and liquidy, so it has a really thin texture. And to blend it in, I'm just going to use a beauty sponge. By the way, I never mentioned this. This is bought from Sensei, mostly clothing store, but they also introduced these accessories, and this sponge is really so good and bouncy, and it was very, very affordable. So I'm just going to spread this evenly and blend it into my skin. And I like the finish of this foundation. It's not really that dewy, but it's not matte either. So it's a very nice natural finish. Just going to blend this into my jawline as well. Moving on to my under eyes, I'm just going to color correct using this Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade Brightener. This is a light pink color corrector. It helps brighten up dark spots. I'm really just bouncing the sponge, so I'm not dragging the product around. You don't really want to move the product. And to conceal, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C6. I'm just going to apply some here in my inner portion and a little bit here. This is where my problem area is, because I have a blue discoloration here in my inner portion, so that's why I'm concentrating the concealer there. And I also use this to brighten up the center of my face just a little bit, and also conceal this spot here. Again, I'm going to use the sponge. When I'm blending my under eye concealer, I like dragging it towards my temples, so it kind of brightens up this area here and lifts my cheek up visually. If you look at my under eyes now, you can see that here this area is a little bit brighter and this is a little bit darker. So I'm going to, that's because I have deep set eyes, but I'm going to add some more concealer here to brighten up this area. I'm going to blend whatever is left on my sponge here in my smile lines to brighten them up as well. And also, if you bring the concealer that's a little bit lighter towards the sides of your nose, you're going to make the nose look more slim. For powdering, I'm going to use my RCMA No color as usual, and I'm going to use my Morphe M330 brush and pick up a little bit of this powder on my brush to really coat the brush into the powder, and then dusting off the excess so I don't have a large amount of powder. Before setting my under eyes, I'm just going to blend once again so I don't set a crease. And now I like squeezing my eyes so I can kind of stretch them and really get into those areas. I also set the sides of my nose and my smile lines. I'm just going to set the center of my face today. My skin is leaning dry, so I figured that this is a good way to keep some of the dewiness from the moisturizer and the foundation and not completely mattify the skin. A little bit on my nose. I'm not applying a lot of pressure on the brush, so I won't move the product underneath. I just set the center of my forehead and then blending it into the foundation. And since I didn't set the sides of my face, I'm going to go in with a cream contour, and that's going to be my Juvia's Place Shade Sticks in the shade Belize. Just going to add a little bit pretty high up so it kind of lifts my features a little bit. Jawline. I like contouring here on my temples and of course my forehead because it's huge. And under my nose. Also under and above my mouth, just in the center. And to blend it in, I'm just going to use a small brush like this. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, but I like that it makes the application more precise. And again, I'm not applying a lot of pressure on the brush, I'm just fading it into the foundation. And I'm really fading this towards the center of my face, so you can't really tell where the contour starts and where it ends. And this I'm trying to fade up towards my cheekbones, so I don't drag it down because that's going to make my face look dropped and tired. And as you can see, it added some warmth to my face and some dimension, but it's not really that noticeable. And with the sponge, I'm just going to blend the edges of the contour, so it looks really diffused and blended. I'm just going to set that in place with a little bit of powdered contour slash bronzer, and that's going to be my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. I'm just going to use a Morphe M405 brush. I'm going to mix this, dusting off the excess from the brush and then applying this to my cheekbones. Be aware, since I don't have powder in this area, I need to tap the product, so not dragging it around because that's going to make everything look muddy. But by tapping like this, you're just going to set the contour and make it a little bit more intense. Taking a little bit more product and setting the forehead area. You have to be really careful and really take your time to apply this, especially if you don't have a powder on top of the cream contour. And again, really blending the edges. And this is nice, especially if you have dry skin. You can see that I'm left with this sheen on my face, so my face is not completely matte. It just looks glowy and healthy. I'm going to add a little bit more highlighter on top of this, just in the high points of my face. and that's going to be my e.l.f. baked highlighter that I mentioned in my previous video. I'm going to use a Sigma F03 high cheekbone highlighter brush and take this product, dusting off the excess and applying this on my cheekbone. This is not that kind of a blinding highlighter. It's a very natural glow, which I absolutely love. I'm building this up a little bit so it really shows. I'm applying this a little bit on my forehead as well, here above my brows. I forgot about blush, but I'm going to add that as well. And a little bit on my chin. Again, if you have oily skin, you don't need to highlight the entire center of your face, but since my oils are basically non-existent, I like highlighting the center of my face, here on my nose, in between my brows, and also the tip of my nose. Isn't this highlighter just magical? For blush, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Artist Face Color Powder. The number faded, I have no idea what number this is, but it's a coral blush with a little bit of sheen in it, so it has a little bit of shimmer. I'm going to use my Sigma F10 brush. Dusting off the excess and applying this above my contour. I'll come back with the highlighter if it fades too much. Bringing this up towards my temples. I like applying a little bit of blush on the tip of my nose as well. Again, I'm tapping the product, not really dragging it around. And if you need to, you can come back with your powder brush and really blend things out. I'm just coming back with the highlighter brush to bring back that intensity. Now to finish off, I'm setting everything in place with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray. This is again a glowy, dewy setting spray. And this is my base all complete. I like pairing this kind of a dewy base with a glossy lip to keep the same healthy, glowy vibe. I really love how it looks. It just has this natural finish while still looking flawless. I prefer lighter coverage foundations on the entire face. If I have spots to cover, I will just spot conceal like I had on my chin. Rather than applying a full coverage foundation all over the face. That's not really my type of makeup. I'm just going to zoom you a little bit closer so you can see how everything is looking. I especially love the highlighter, and not setting my entire face really gave that natural healthy glow, which my skin is usually lacking because it's more on the dry side. And if you like the techniques that I use, make sure to check out Alexandra. I'm gonna link her YouTube channel below. She's absolutely amazing, and probably after filming this I'm just going to go and binge watch her videos again. She has really informative, useful content, and she inspires me to go in the same direction. And I noticed that you guys like my useful videos as well. So I really hope you found this particular video useful, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!